What's up, everybody? I'm Feather. Welcome to Get Feathered. It is time for a Scorpio deep dive. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about whatever comes out. We're gonna see what comes up for Scorpio. This is August reading, of course. I'm doing it in August, but tarot is timeless. So when you feel drawn to it or it shows up, perhaps there's a message for you in here. It doesn't matter where Scorpio's at in your chart or if you're a cross watcher. Hey, just want to let you know my messages tend to be heavy. I'm very straightforward. I'm no BS. And you never know what's going to come out. Neither do I. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Thanks for your likes, shares, subscribes. And the only way that you can get a reading with me is through my website and scheduling it yourself. Okay? Check out the links in the description box. And let's get on with the show, Scorpio. There will be an extended attached to this. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's the light. There will be an extended attached to this, but we will discuss that at the end of the show. Depends on what comes out and what we need. Dropping into the reading screen. Problems communicating. Let's see. Let's talk about past, present, future for Scorpio. Majority of my readings revolve around love and relationships. But that could be friendships, family ships, love ships of any shape and size. So take what, it is a general reading. Reading for lots of people. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's talk about it. Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio energy. It looks like you have successfully gotten past a situation. Okay, looks like you have successfully gone through some sort of ending. Okay, doesn't mean like you might not be happy about it. Aries, Leo, Sag, Scorpio energy. You're showing up that you're not really happy about. It could have been a third party situation. It doesn't matter what the situation was or who it was. The fact of the matter is you're not happy about the fact that something went. You had to go through an ending. This could be an ending of any shape and size, a breakup, a loss of a loved one, having to relocate, leave a job, any of those things could be showing up here. Tell me more about this. Okay. So you successfully accomplished this ending. The good thing is you feel good about it, but at the same time the energy is really showing up. I'm not really happy about it. I'm pissed off that I had to go through it. Okay? Yeah, that's typically how it ends. So it may have been a third party situation. It could have been leaving a party too soon because everybody was getting shit-faced or whatever it may be. It wasn't making you happy. It wasn't really bringing you any joy or excitement. So whatever this could have been a job, an unhealthy connection, whatever. You're saying, I'm not happy, but what you're doing is you're saying, I successfully surrendered. I successfully left this behind. It was a journey. It was long time coming. And you aren't necessarily happy that it was over, but it wasn't bringing you any satisfaction or happiness. It wasn't bringing you joy anymore, and nothing was moving. Maybe it was stagnant. You know, the situation wasn't growing. It wasn't improving. It wasn't changing. So you took the time to really go deep on this and really consider what needed to change. Well, if you can't change a person, you can't change a person. You can go crazy trying, but the best thing for you to do in those situations, and this would have taken a long time to change or to decide to end. So this is a slow decline of a situation, work, friendship, relationship, friends with benefits, whatever it was. For you, this could have even been a mindset. It doesn't matter. Person, place, thing, situation. You're saying that you took the time to really reflect on this, and in your quiet time, you actually feel good about releasing this and not moving forward in it. So instead, even though you're not happy about this, you're moving on. Okay. Yeah, you are dissatisfied, unpleased. Um, the Knight of Swords reverse. I'm getting Pisces energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini as well. The energy that I'm really feeling coming off of this is, I dare you to stop me, or don't get in my way. Scorpio is not playing. So Scorpio is like, you're not playing with whatever this situation is or whoever this person is. Okay. This could have been a long-term friendship. This could have been a friend of yours. So the light, everything came to light for you in regards. This could have been somebody that stabbed you in the back. I don't know what happened here. This could have been a long-term friend, lifelong friendship, or a partnership or a relationship. You really thought that this person was your friend, or that it was, you were on the same page with this person. This sucks. So this situation you thought was a balanced situation really turned out to be, and it could all, honestly, some of you could have been dealing with somebody who was very deceptive, very chaotic. There could have been an argument or disagreement that ended this connection. Something about the words or the communication with this. So it doesn't matter if this is negotiations for a job, or if this was going for a promotion. It doesn't matter who this is or what this is for you. It didn't work out the way that you thought it was. You looked at it one way, and you thought it was going to benefit you. You thought it was, you were right there seeing eye to eye with somebody, whether you thought they were a friend, or you thought it was a good time buddy, or you thought it was a great relationship at work or something like that. And they turn around and either lie about you, or yeah, it's got you moving on. You're pushing forward. You're leaving it behind. So you're taking time to heal. You've taken this time to heal and really deal with the stress and the overwhelm, but ultimately you are making moves, or you've made the moves to move away from this. This again could have been a job, it could have been a boss, it could have been a partner, whether you were married or in a long-term relationship or something. Whatever this is, it didn't go very far. It didn't go as far as you wanted it to. And for instance, if this was a job, it's like you have a disagreement, or you find out your coworkers are talking ish about you, or you find out that your boss is like gunning it for you, doesn't like you. And if it's a relationship, like you really thought y'all were seeing eye to eye and that you felt the same way, and then all of a sudden, apparently you didn't. But it's something that was really coming to an end over time anyway. So this could have been like final clarity, final decision. It's got to go. Okay. You've definitely been patient. You've been understanding. You're even possibly forgiving, but it's like, it's got to go. I can't deal with this anymore. It's got to go. So you've taken enough time with this to realize that you deserve better. You deserve better treatment, or you deserve a better connection, whatever this is for you. I like that. All right. So in the present moment, let's talk about it. Present moment. It looks like you're opening up yourself to new possibilities, new love, new connections, new employment. It's like the sky's the limit. Whatever, there's got to be something out there. And you're ready to you're coming from a good place within yourself, a balanced place, whether or not you've forgiven this person or forgiven yourself for dealing with this situation, whatever it was. You're really coming from a balanced place. I'm feeling the energy is really nice, really serene. And that doesn't mean that you didn't deal with a lot of heaviness. An ending is an ending is an ending, and they're not always easy, quite painful sometimes. But you victoriously got past the ending of this thing, and you're showing me that you're heading into the now with a balanced energy. There you go. Emperor energy. So it's like I'm taking charge of the situation. You've taken charge of the situation. You've got higher standards now. You've got some strong boundaries in place. And you are saying, I've seen the light. I know the truth in the situation. I can see through a lot of BS now. So you may have learned something that really caused you a lot of frustration and anger. Okay. Something came to light, and dealing with that something or that someone, that it wasn't easy. A lot of frustration, a lot of anger. I get hostility. This could have been something that was on again, off again, something that was in and out of your life, a lot of turbulence. There could have been a lot of arguments, disagreements, or a lot of lies, whatever, untruths. But you pulled your energy back long enough to see what you needed to do moving forward. And now moving forward, apparently at some point you have decided that my standards are high. I'm protecting myself. I'm guarding myself. I'm protecting what I am creating, whether or not it's a new business, working for yourself, going out on your own, or whether or not you're just raising your standards when it comes to relationships, that sort of thing. It's like, no, I'm taking control of the situation. I know the truth, and I don't have to fight it. I'm just moving on. So you did just that. You did. You moved on. I've got Aries and Taurus on this now. I've got Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, Sag. In the present moment, you're looking towards the future, and we're going to see where this is heading towards in the future here. So it looks like you're very serious about moving on. You're very serious about moving towards things that really satisfy you, really make you happy, really fulfill your cups. Some of you, you're just like, you know what? I don't want to deal with things that aren't emotionally satisfying to me. I don't want to deal with things that I'm not all in or all about anymore. You are Emperor energy on the Chariot here in the upright with the Knight of Cups. So this could be, I'm moving towards love with an open heart. This isn't going to affect me any longer. I've balanced myself. I've healed myself enough to move forward. This could have been a really hostile work environment where you were just like, it's too much chaos. It's too much. And you're looking out towards the future, towards maybe getting something that's more peaceful and serene, more chill and relaxed, something that's more of a vibe of, you don't have to deal with the hustle and bustle. You don't have to deal with the overwhelmment of, I don't know, customer service or something like that. Chaos and insanity, people screaming and hollering at you, or dealing with customers that are unhappy, or I'm getting like collections. I'm getting, oh gosh, I couldn't imagine working in collections. That I wouldn't be there, not even a day, possibly an hour. I'm just saying, some people can deal with that stuff. Some people can't. Some people can deal with it for so long, and then they're frazzled and they can't deal with it anymore. This could be like nursing home care, caregiving, any of that stuff. At a certain point, it can just get you to the point where you're just absolutely frazzled and you can't take it anymore, and it's just gotta come to an end. So it looks like there was an ending here, and it took a while for you to either overcome the ending of whatever this thing was, the situation or whatever, and you're ready. Like, I just want to be happy. I want to be in love, I want to feel good about whatever I put myself into 100%. And there is nothing wrong with that. I've got Cancer energy, Pisces, and Scorpio. It's really whatever I move towards, whatever I put my energy into, I want it to feel good. I want to feel good about it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I'm not fighting the past. I'm not fighting with the people that lied or the deception or the betrayal or the whatevers. And you're really coming from a balanced place, and a lot of you are just like, maybe it took you for a loop, and it took you a long time to recover after the loss of a loved one or a loss of a job, or realizing that a relationship just isn't working. You've been lied to so many times, you're just not dealing with it anymore, or you've been yelled at or used or taken advantage of. Oh gosh, taken advantage of so much that you're done with it. And then at that point you're like, screw this. I am the boss of me, and no one will speak to me like that. Not ever again, not at all. And it just may have taken you quite some time to get to that point, because you may be a very forgiving person and you may forgive people for a lot of things, but I got Two of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Lover's reverse. So moving into the future, I got you walking away from this because you're absolutely frazzled and overwhelmed with it. You're not interested in it more, in whatever this was. You're not interested in it anymore. It's not your jam. It's not your vibe. It doesn't bring you peace. You just don't want to put any of your energy in this anymore. Whatever this is, or whomever this is. This was a situation that was very dissatisfying. It could have been somebody or something that created a lot of frustration and anger. You could have had a lack of motivation, not really feeling like doing much, and maybe it was health issues, things like that. And finally, like, I've got to take control of this. You know what I mean? Whatever it may have been for you, you are coming into a place of nurturing and balance in the future, and a place of foresight. Like, you're taking whatever you learned from this in the recent past and using it towards your best and highest good. It's like, I'm taking the knowledge from this and I'm going to use it to benefit me. So if you're going out, say you got fired or you left a job that was really just absolutely overwhelming, and they used you or they took advantage of you all the time. It looks like you're saying, I'm going to take what I learned from that and I'm going to put it towards maybe your own business, maybe your own side hustle, whatever that may be. If this is a relationship, you're like, I'm taking what I learned from that and I'm going to put it towards the future, because I know from now on, that is not what I want to experience. I'm going to straighten up my belt, and I'm going to really look forward to something that is in alignment with me, something that feels good to me, and something that mirrors that goodness back to me. I want to enjoy the next chapter. And I think you may have dealt with a lot of situations that didn't really... I'm going to say this in two different ways. Some of you may have dealt with situations where you didn't make great choices. And that's going to change moving forward. You're like, nope, I've learned my lesson with that. Moving forward, I'm going to make better choices. I'm definitely make better choices. This was ridiculous. Excuse me. So whatever that was is causing you to really go within, really deal with your own emotions in regards to whatever situation or person this was. And for you to say, I'm not taking this anymore. I really thought they were somebody different, or I thought that situation was what I wanted. But it turns out that it wasn't, or they weren't who I thought they were. And that allows you to make a stronger judgment and a big decision to move forward and to leave it behind. And you're not taking anything but the knowledge with you. You're like, I'm taking that knowledge and I'm going to improve my skills, or I'm going to improve my relationships. I'm going to improve myself because now I know what to look out for. Because you could have dealt with people that really, really took advantage of you. I mean, ugh. Okay. And if it's you that used to take care, maybe it was you that used to take advantage of people. You're really changing the way that you do things. Maybe you realized that you were always needing somebody else's attention, or you were needy, or you were always, flip it for how it resonates. Some of you could have been you that always needed somebody else's attention, always needed somebody else's affection. You could have connected in ways, and you could have been manipulative in your own right to get what you wanted out of people, and taking time to really look at, why nothing ever works out for me? Why doesn't it work out for me? Well, it's because I've been behaving this way. Well, maybe I should take the time to actually look into that and really think about changing that. And you taking action on it is actually very beneficial. Very beneficial. Yeah, this was a long a history of this with people. So it's either your own history, just things not working out. As I'm sitting here talking, this is like a cycle or a chapter that just repeated itself with people, just all kinds of situations for you in your past. A lot of times we don't want to really address or look at what we've been doing or what we've been allowing ourselves to involve ourselves with, or the people. And it's really looking at this and going, oh, well, I can't deny that. I did that, or I allowed that. It's acceptance. And that's a really adult and mature way to look back at the past. And you are very adult and mature energy. King of Wands and Emperor energy here. So maybe you did some stupid shit in the past, or maybe you made some mistakes, and maybe you allowed some things to happen that really, shouldn't have happened. But, well, how do we learn and grow unless we go through something or experience things that really help us improve ourselves? Well, that's life. We improve ourselves along and along, right? Well, you finally learned a lesson. You're in the process of learning this lesson moving forward. And it's going to allow you, maybe this could be that, maybe you had a bad temper, or you maybe have dealt with people that had a bad temper, or maybe you were coercive or manipulative to get your way, or you dealt with those kinds of people, whatever. Not going to do it anymore. You're standing in your power here, knowing that knowing what you want and who you are. Yep. Okay. So there are some of you that have been afraid to change. Maybe you've been afraid to change. Maybe you've been afraid to be successful. Maybe you've been afraid to move forward or leave someone behind. A lot of times that happens. You could have been afraid of a new experience, of expressing your emotions, or even talking to people. This is an energy that you could have been involved. This is like an unhealthy pattern or toxic, unhealthy pattern for some of you, where you've just kept repeating cycles of the same stuff with people or with situations. And it's like, what, I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's realizing this, that you don't have to be afraid of love, or you don't have to be afraid of new experiences. You don't have to be afraid of going on those interviews and trying out new options and new opportunities. Maybe for some of you, you went through an ending a long time ago and you were just holding a grudge, and you were like, nah, screw this. It's finally saying, I'm ready for new options and new opportunities. That is you defeating this toxic or unhealthy energy. So that's a lot of deep fears. It could be limiting beliefs. It could be an unhealthy connection as well. So let's see what's moving forward. Some of you, it's like I am going to enjoy the rest of my life. Yeah, like you've just been through the 5 of Cups. Like you have just been in a cycle of unhappiness or pain, grief, sadness. You could have, I mean, losing a job, losing a loved one, ending a relationship. We get there. We go through it. Sometimes we get pissed off and we don't like that we have to change, or that we have to end something. Then, and it's just like, this may have been going on for 10 or 11 years or something, and you're just like, I got to do something. This just job it's got to go. It's depleting you. It depleted you for quite some time. And sometimes we reminisce, or we're going to look back and we're going to think, yeah, it made me sad, it made me unhappy, or it was an emotional drain on me, whatever the situation is. You are definitely wanting to feel better. You're wanting to feel better about yourself. You're wanting to experience better things that actually make you feel better. Whether this is a health issue that you were going through and you're finally taking control of it, like finally going to the doctor, seeing the doctor, or you're finally ending a relationship, or you're finally like, you know what, I forgive myself for dealing with that. I'm moving on, moving out, moving away. I see a lot of good energy here moving forward, and it's really about not being afraid of new experiences, and seeing clearly that you know how to make great choices for yourself. You're really intelligent. You're really wise. You've experienced quite a lot of stuff as an emperor, male or female. And the wisdom comes from experience. So you've experienced some really heavy, negative, painful cycles. A lot of painful cycles, maybe even toxic or unhealthy cycles, or unhealthy patterns, cycles that repeated. You're not doing it anymore. It's like, this time I'm going to, this next, let's say this next half of my life, I'm going to experience life. I'm going to experience it to its fullest. Now, I'm not saying you're like jumping for joy, taking a leap of faith. No, this is a slow and gradual process over the next couple months that really, I mean, it took you a while to get to the ending, to decide that you wanted a change or that you needed a change. Some of you are in the process of making this decision now. Some of you already have. But again, this is a slow, steady progress. This is taking the experiences and the wisdom from what has happened and utilizing it to change life moving forward. And I love it because it's like life happens. Okay. You will find your fit, whether that's employmentship, building your own business, creating your own empire, working for yourself, hustling. It's like really thinking and being well thought out in relationships, new relationships, dating. You're going to do things a lot different this time around. So it's like this next half, you're putting in some boundaries. You're really taking control of things, and your heart is saying, I want to be involved. I want to be involved, and I want to feel great about what I'm involved in. And that comes from clarity and mastering the experiences of the past and saying, you know what, it's time for me to now be honest. I got to be honest with who I used to be. I've got to be honest with who I used to allow in my life. I gotta be honest with the shit that I used to pull on people. And it's coming to terms with, and it's like growing up. But it's not necessarily growing up. For some of you, it might be growing up or maturing. But it's more or less, it's time to wake up and really get going on something. It's really time to go after my goals, go after what I really truly desire, what I really truly want to achieve, what's going to make me feel great, what's going to make me feel good. And that's great energy coming from wherever you've been. Okay. And I love it for you. In the extended, we're going to go into some specific advice for you from Spirit to maybe help you along your journey. So for those of you that are interested in the extended, link will be in the description box. If you don't know where that is, click the word more next to the title of the video underneath the video. So I'll see you over on the extended. I love you all, and I'm very proud of you. It's like, life experience has wizened you, and you're going to be living life in a much more fulfilling way, because you want to feel good about the things that you do, about the relationships that you have. Like, I'm not going back to that. I'm ending whatever that was. And this is a process. So it might take you a little while to, implement all of these boundaries and implement these lessons that you've learned and figure out how to do life differently in a way that makes you feel good. Okay? That's what I got for you. I love it. Until next time, like, share, subscribe, join the tribe, and I will see you in the extended. Namaste.